Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I did a story a couple weeks back about two students that I thought it was two students, two teenagers that ran up on a bus to kill another student who was I think it's a 15-year-old student. They ran up on a bus. This happened in Prince George County, I think in Landover, Maryland. And I did a really good story about that, which I'll leave in the pop-ups at the end of the video for you guys to check out. But they caught these folks. And the reason why they ran up on the bus and did this, because remember in the story that I did, guys, these teenagers ran on the bus, grabbed another teenager, held him down, and tried to shoot him, but the gun jammed. Now more details have come out, and you wouldn't believe it, but there also are more suspects, and one of them is a girl, and one is still at large. Check it out.
This is really bizarre.
Yeah, very. A third teenager appeared in front of a judge today charged in that attempted school bus murder. You can see it all going down in this video here. And the details are just really upsetting. These three boys appeared wearing masks and hoodies pulled over their heads. They got into a school bus in Oxon Hill. They pushed right on by the driver, went up to a middle schooler, put the gun to his chest and pulled the trigger 3 times. Thankfully, nothing happened because the gun jammed. The teenage girl who was in court today, however, was not in these photos, but prosecutors say that doesn't mean she isn't just as guilty.
And wait until you hear what's next. Scott Broom was in the courtroom today. He joins us now live. And Scott, you really got the sense from prosecutors today just how young these teens were potentially and how dangerous this could have been.
Yes, generally here, the majority of the kids involved are 8th graders. And this is very, very dangerous. Now, normally, hearings involving juveniles are not open to the public, but in this shocking case of attempted murder by children, the young teens are charged as adults. So with this surprise arrest over the weekend of a girl we were all completely unaware of, there is yet another hearing today that was open to the public, and what we're learning, again, is chilling.
It was a hit squad style attack on a Prince George's County school bus caught on video. A boy with a gun tries to shoot and kill a 14-year-old while 2 accomplices hold the victim down. Had the gun not jammed repeatedly, the victim would surely have died, investigators have said in court. And today in a Prince George's County courtroom, we learned the attack was allegedly orchestrated by an 8th grade girl who's accused of texting the attackers before they rushed the bus to let them know the victim was seated and the last rider left. The 14-year-old girl was arrested over the weekend and charged as an adult with attempted murder. Tense bailiffs in the courtroom watched to keep family members separated. The suspect's family begged for the girl to be released into home detention before trial. But arguments by attorneys revealed there are allegations of gang ties. And the victim's mother begged the judge not to let the girl go home, saying her family and the school bus driver would be terrorized that the girl could orchestrate another attack. She planned this out and she set it up to a T, the victim's mother said. Judge Byron Bariano ordered the girl held without bail in a juvenile facility, saying that home detention may keep her off the streets, but would not prevent her from planning more deadly mayhem. Prosecutor Aisha Brayboy reflected on how dangerous these suspects are alleged to be despite their young age.
But we hear parents say, my child's a good child, that they weren't involved. I can't believe it, but believe it. It happens. Unfortunately, far too often in our communities, young people are making adult decisions that have adult consequences. My office has no choice but to pursue justice, and that's what we're going to do.
Guys, that was the update. 3 of the 4 are locked up, being charged as adults, which we'll get back into in a second. But the gunman is still at large. Now, I've seen some stuff that's shocking, and there'll be more stuff that'll be shocking in the future. But this is a horrifying scenario, and it's sad that young minds this young have just wasted all that potential on silly stuff. 3 teenage boys. I thought it was 2. In my other video, because like looking at the video up there, I thought it was 2. They held this boy down, ran in there, roughed him up, held him down, and then put the gun to his chest, almost point blank range, to shoot him with witnesses there. That's bold and brazen in its highest form. Come to find out, it was all set up by a teenage girl who called in the hit. I don't know if she had broke up with the guy or they had any type of problems, but she's the one that set all of this up. I want you to think about this. These were eighth graders. I don't know if she was a sister of one of these kids or not, but the thing is, it's just so crazy how somebody else can influence you to go and throw your life away for the simplest things. They said police found, and this wasn't in the story, they found that he pulled the trigger 3 times, because these guys are caught, so they're telling on each other now. Pulled the trigger 3 times, guys. Police found 3 shell casings in the bus. So he shot the gun. It didn't work. He pulled it, ejected the bullet 3 times, and it still didn't work. They made a hasty retreat after fighting on the boy for a little bit. They said it had gang ties, possibly. It's just crazy to me how you can just jump up, put a mask on, don't worry about what your parents are thinking, or don't worry about, if the police come by circumstance. You just got to get on there and do what you got to do to prove you somebody. And that's what I think it all boils down to. When these kids are doing these crimes, they looking at the street credibility they'll have after this is over. That's all they're looking at. But they don't really realize that the street credibility only goes so far. Because there's always people out there that'll laugh with you. As soon as you turn your back, they know what's wrong with you did, and they're going to tell right on you. We see it all the time. They was tough guys on the bus, right? They get in that police investigation, that interrogation room. They start telling them what's going to happen. Some real grown-up stuff. Here come a bunch of singing. They start singing. The girl locked up. All of these people, minus the gunman who's not found yet, but I'm sure they hot on his trail because they know who he is, right? All of them charged as an adult. When you're a kid, you're only a kid so far. It only goes so far with ways and actions of things you do. Once they get too extreme, you see it right there. They'll send you right to the plantation. No holds barred. You want to be like a grown-up? You want to face yourself with grown-up troubles? This is what happens. And it's all on you. That girl, them 2 people in there are powerless. Their parents can't do anything to help them. Think about it. Another family's in terror. Hey, don't let the girl out. They scared. They don't know what's going to happen. If these kids would run up on a bus with a grown-up there, pull a gun out, act like the person wasn't even there. I think the bus driver ran off the bus when they came on the bus with the gun, because they forced themselves on the bus. Do all this stuff, knowing people seeing them, no regard for elders or anybody older than them. What else could they do? And that's where the panic is ensuing. This family's in terror, man. In terror. This should have not had, man. Listen, I think this is just me. I think every kid, when they graduate or when they get 18, need to go in the military. And depending on how they did in school, it depends on what branch they go into. You know what I'm saying? And I think military is a good option. I was in the military. It teach you accountability. It teach you discipline. And a lot of people that bark about the military never been in it. You know what I'm saying? But I think Germany does that. And I think that would be a good idea. You'll have a 4-year commitment. That way, when you come out from 18, you'll be, 23, 24, if you graduated early, and you'll have a sense of how the world works. Managing money, conflict resolution, taking care of yourself, knowing, being responsible. I think it would solve a lot of problems. But getting to that point, these are 8th grade kids, guys. 8th grade kids. I can't believe that. When I was in 8th grade, we had tough guys and stuff, but we ain't have nothing like this where we just gonna run up and just do what we gonna do. That girl done messed these boys up. She texting on the phone. That's the bus you want or whatever. And sent them right in, and like dummies, they did it. We see this a lot. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get somebody else to put up to do something. And a lot of times that person escapes scot-free because them people get caught, the ones that are dummies, where you let somebody put a battery in your back and power you up to go do something that they can't do or don't want to do themselves. We see this all the time in gangs when they recruit younger people. It's messed up. You can't feel sorry for people that don't feel sorry for themselves. You can't civilize savages neither, no matter what you do. These kids doing this stuff, this is in them. They like doing this shit. And it's nothing. I mean, you get what you get. They being charged as adult. I'm sure some people out there, oh, that's messed up. They did that. They did that. The shooter's still at large. They gonna catch him. He got family. He got parents. They ain't giving him up, which is, look. Anyway, I just wanted to drop that story on. This is shocking. This is shocking. Guys, leave me a comment. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care and be careful out there.